All right, so we're here at the TaylorMade Performance Lab at Grand Cypress Resort here in Orlando, Florida, and we're speaking with Travis Kent. And today we got to see some amazing stuff I had no idea, being a high handicapper. What do you think a lot of the high handicappers? What's the biggest misconception about club fitting? The scary the club fitting.
Well, I believe a lot of high handicappers uh, have the misconception that their golf swing is not very consistent because they have quite a few varying results where one shot might go left, one shot might go right. They top one, they just don't have a lot of consistency in their ball flight. Or actually, with the system that we use, we find there is actually a lot of consistency in their golf swing, and they actually have quite a few swing tendencies that we can build a golf club around, so that their good swings have better results, but also their bad swings have better results.
Right, I think that's what I saw as soon as I'm hitting the ball, I'm thinking, all right, that one's not that good, that one's not that good. And when you showed me, when you broke it down to just the actual virtual me, they were very much like,
Right.
they're doing the same thing. It's the same move,
Right.
move. Might not be the proper move, but it's the same move.
Right, and that's what we find is, the better players definitely have more efficiency in their golf swing, which is why they look so effortless as they swing the golf club. But there is definitely a lot of consistency, whether you're a 30 handicapper or a tour player, mainly due to muscle memory. So, you may not get the results you like, but you actually are swinging the golf club very consistently.
I thought one of the amazing thing was we started with a 6-iron, and I hit the first 6-iron, I don't know, it was 163 yards, something like that. As soon as the machine and all of this data was tabulated, it said, okay, this shaft, this head, and it went from 165 to 180.
Right.
And the thing that I noticed was I felt like I wasn't swinging as hard because you guys were giving me tips as well.
Sure.
Just kind of 80%. And that was amazing to me because I don't know about you guys, I've never hit a 6-iron 180 yards. So that's where it really started to register with me that anybody that's serious or semi-serious about golf should come at it.
Right, and golf is definitely hard enough with the right equipment, let alone throw the wrong equipment in the mix. And you're searching for answers, and sometimes you might be getting lessons, and your swing might be developing the way the instructor wants, but if your equipment isn't allowing the results to happen, you're going to be second guessing your golf swing, and then you're all screwed up in the head. So whether you're, like I said, a 30 handicap or a tour player, custom fitting is the most important thing.
Absolutely, and really, if you break it down, what you pay for a set of clubs, what you pay for lessons, what you pay. I mean, golf is not a cheap sport by any stretch, but the portion that you would spend to get custom fitted is about what you'd spend for one of the new drivers. Which
exactly.
All the guys I know, I'm going to go out and get the new Arlen, I'm going to get the new this, I'm going to get the new that. And it's like, it seems like every other year there's something bigger, better, which it might be a little better, but would it be better spent to get clubs that fit, and then you got clubs for a lifetime, or
definitely?
For quite some time.
There's different levels of custom fitting. You go to a standard golf shop, and they already have pre-built clubs in stock, so they're doing the best that they can to convince you that standard line, standard length are the best fit for you, because they want to get rid of inventory. We don't stock anything here because everybody's different. I had both you and Brian in here today.
Yep.
Different statures, different heights.
Which was shocking to me because I thought I would be just the same as B Money.
Very close. Very close. Very close. So you have to allow for that because no two people swing the golf club the same. We may go shorter, we may go longer, more upright, flatter, different types of shafts. So everything is custom ordered to the individual based on their individual spec. So something I tell people in terms of going to the big box stores where they already have 50 sets of clubs in stock. If you go up to one of the salesmen and say, which one of these sets on your rack were built for me and my golf swing, he can't give you that answer. He's going to be like, well, none of this was built for you. So it's very important to make sure that each golf club is built specifically for your swing tendencies and what you do with the golf club.
Absolutely, and I tell you what, just looking around here, all of the launch monitors, how much, compared to when you go into just a small, here, strike this little strike plate and do this, that, and the other, how much money is all of this equipment?
Well, for the performance labs, it does vary location to location, but it's at least a couple $100,000 with the three-dimensional technology cameras.
This isn't, they're not playing around here, guys. This is the real deal right here at Grand Cypress Resort, TaylorMade Performance Lab. our boy Travis Kent is going to be rocking some loudmouth
That's right.
real soon.
That's right.
And we're definitely going to follow up with you. Now I do have one final question. You know we're doing this Breaking 80. We
Right.
told you about what we're doing with my sling, what B Money's been working on, and we've had one lesson so far. You didn't see the old swing, you saw the one that's kind of in between.
Right, it's definitely
If you
developing.
had $50 and you had to bet, is Mike going to break 80 or is he not going to break 80? What would you say?
Not a long time. Ever?
Ever?
I would
Let's
definitely,
say
based
by
on-
the end of this year.
based on what I saw here, you know, as long as you put in the time,
Mhm.
you know, use the knowledge correctly
Mhm.
of what you learned today, and, cause there's a lot of good things going on in your golf swing. I definitely can see that happening, especially with what you learned in your putting. I think that's gonna kind of be the breaker.
Which
Because
is
you can
funny.
always save strokes with the right putter and with, you know, being confident over a 10-foot par putt, knowing you can make it versus hoping you can
That's
make
a
it.
real good point, and we almost didn't touch on that, guys. I came in here thinking, okay, I'm gonna find out what irons I need, I'm gonna figure out what driver I need, shaft, flex, all this. Then you hand me a putter, and you're like, take a putt. And literally, we changed the entire style
Right,
putter that I had. That I was using the exact opposite style putter that I needed.
correct.
And all that was done again by all of these monitors and club paths. So guys, I've always heard, and this is a big misconception, but I've always heard, oh, just go, you can pretty much grab a putter, you can either putt or you can't putt. Probably to some degree. You know, you might have
Right.
ability to putt or really struggle with it your whole life, but changing the actual amount. Could you explain the problem I had? Like the difference in the putters the putter I came in with using and the
Right,
one that
well,
I
you
use now?
use, you know, more of a kind of a toe hang blade putter, and what we saw on the screen, just after the first putt is you had way too much opening of the face on the backstroke. We saw on average you had about 16 degrees open at the end of your backstroke, requiring you to close it 16 degrees just to get it back to square. So coupled with the slightly open club face at address, you had to move that putter face 29 degrees within about a 3-foot area, which is a lot of timing necessary. And today was a very, you know, relaxed atmosphere, whereas you get under pressure, you know, you got a couple dollars on the line.
Yeah.
You know, you're gonna tense up and you usually struggle with releasing that putter. So we put you into a mallet that's gonna, you know, definitely not wanna open and close the face as much. It's gonna allow you to release it a little bit more, and we saw the consistency and how much more square the putter was at impact, and face angle impact has a 4 times greater influence on the result of the putt versus the
Right,
path.
that's what it
the putter's
makes me.
traveling.
And I think that just that putter tip and change, that's strokes. There's no other way to look at that.
Oh,
That is
definitely.
definitely strokes without a lot of effort. You know, that's just a simple change. So guys, you got a couple good tips here. You want to stay tuned. We're going to be rolling this out on the new website. You guys are probably watching this now on loudmouthgolfradio.com. Stay tuned for the Breaking 80 segment, and we'll be right back with you with lots more podcasts.
Thanks, guys. Yeah.
Appreciate it.